So hello all and welcome. In this video I'm going to be covering a compilation of TikToks compiled by one of our favorite compilers, Cosmic Verse. And while I don't always agree with all his takes, I do appreciate the effort that he puts into compiling all of these clips for people like myself to comment on. So thank you very much. I acknowledge that it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of time I don't have, and a lot of effort I don't want to put in. So much appreciated. It's effort enough just commenting on these women's dumb thoughts and ideas. That's really all I can do these days. So thank you, Cosmic First, and let's get right into it.
I blew up my life 2.5 years ago. After a year of telling my husband that I was not happy. And
okay, so honey, it's not his job to make you happy. Okay? I know that you think it's a man's responsibility to make you happy and bring you breakfast in bed and to cook your omelets just right and to hard boil your eggs no more than 7 minutes and, all this crap. But it's not his job. It's not his responsibility. It's your responsibility. I thought you were a strong slay queen. You go, girl. I don't need no man. So it's your responsibility to make yourself happy, right? It's certainly his responsibility to make himself happy. Do you think that you're doing anything to contribute to his happiness? Did you ever stop to think that? Oh, no. Of course not. By the way, it's his job to make himself happy. It's your job to make yourself happy. Okay? Get over it. Get over yourself. Get a clue.
And us talking about divorce, or me talking about divorce.
Welcome to Regret and Accountability. It's an episode where women who left their husband for no good reason are crying back for them.
So I've come to the realization tonight.
Nose ring.
I'm not made to date in 2023. I don't understand where the hell this has gone to. I'm not made for situationships, whatever.
Well, you're old now, honey, so that's all you can have to look forward to. I mean, the fact that you don't know that shows how delusional you are and out of touch with reality, right?
That means. No, I'm made to be a wife and a mom. I want my man to come home to me. I want to have dinner cooked. I want laundry done. I want to do all that. That's what I'm made for. That's what God made me for.
Why'd you leave?
I know people are going to be like, it's 2020.
Yeah, God. She's discovered God within the last 2 weeks because, she had the epiphany after the most recent Chad dumped her after pumping her that, God grift might work to get me a man again, or maybe my husband will come back to me if he thinks I found God. Yeah, I don't think so, sweetheart. You want to convince people that you've somehow changed? Take the nose earring out. For starters. That'd be a start anyway. And get off TikTok. And get off TikTok. That would be a start. But no.
23. Women don't need to be doing that. I want that. I want that.
This is how a lot of these women find out the hard way. They up and leave their husbands, and then end up struggling to date afterwards. Many like this woman are just stuck in situationships after situationships, chasing the same kind of excitement they once felt, but never finding real love again. They go from man to man, hoping each new one will be different, but it's always the same story. No commitment, no stability, no genuine connection.
Well, what is she, 40? Or more? Is she in her 40s? Why would a man commit to a woman that can't have kids? Commitment is for young women. Older broads? Why would a guy commit to you? Unless he has no other options, right? And if he has no other options, then he's probably not going to be a guy that she would want.
And deep down, they start realizing that the freedom they thought they wanted isn't what they imagined.
The freedom that they think they were going to get, they don't get, because they're not getting the attention that they used to. Okay? And what attention they are getting, it's pretty obvious these guys just want to hit it and quit it, right?
It's just loneliness dressed up as empowerment. It's like a blueprint they're all following. They up and leave without ever thinking about the long-term consequences. They convince themselves that the grass is greener on the other side.
Well, they think they can go back to their youth. See, that's the thing. They think they can go back in time and have the same experience that they did at 25. That they can go back to that. They honestly do believe that. They do. They don't understand men at all. They think they can go back to the same levels of attention and validation and chasing that men did at that time. No. You can't go back. At all. Ever. Ladies. It's not happening.
That they can do better, only to find out that dating in today's world isn't what it used to be.
I blew up my life 2.5 years ago. After a year of telling my husband that I was not happy, and
she's getting that turkey waddle, liver spot, neck. Oy vey.
And us talking about divorce, or me talking about divorce, I just decided one day that that was that. I was going to leave. And I packed a suitcase and I left.
And you found out that the unhappiness you were feeling wasn't really because of your marriage. It was because you had the wrong mindset and you didn't appreciate what you had. Now you wish you could have it back, but you're too proud to admit any of that, so you're just going to keep on coping. Right, sweetheart?
And for those of you that have also done this, I wonder if you have any regrets.
I need to vent this out somewhere. Dating after a divorce is insane, because it sucks. It feels like my brain...
This is like every red flag that could possibly exist in one woman. Visible tattoos in what I would say are highly undesirable areas. Piercings all over. Not only does she have a septum piercing, but it's going to the side of her nose. Do you see? It's a nose piercing, septum piercing combo. She's got the giant Jackie O, but not sunglasses, glasses, and green hair. And some other weird looking accoutrements of makeup, like some weird looking double freckle on one of her, to the left of her eyelid, there on one side. What the hell? Yikes. And of course the low cut blouse and the visible cleavage. And the fake eyelashes, don't forget those!
Hardwired to be a wife, and that's what I signed up for, was to be someone's forever person. Like, I don't understand now that I'm thrown back into the dating pool.
Black nail polish and short man-length nails. I
don't understand how to be casual. Like, I got fully married at, like, 24.
Just looking at you, honey, I would hazard to guess that you were not raised to be a wife. You were not raised by a stay-at-home mom. You were probably raised by a single mother or a boss babe with a simp man, and therefore you expected your man to be a simp, and of course you wouldn't respect or desire a simp, so you would resent him being in your life, and you would not act in any way feminine to keep him because you don't want him to begin with. And looking at all this weird facial coloring and hair coloring, yeah, you're not a wife.
I thought I would be with that person forever, and now I'm out here learning what a situationship is, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Y'all, dating after divorce is no fucking joke. It's a 0 out of 10. I do not recommend, okay?
Wow, she sounds like a dude. She looks like a dude as well.
Okay, do not recommend. I'm so over men in general.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be chasing all the Chaz and Tyrones, guys that are way out of your league. Then you wouldn't have such a low opinion of men.
Why is it so hard to find a decent person these days?
I'd love to see her list of requirements for what qualifies as decent. He's only got to be 6'6", have a big 8-inch schlong, a six-pack, and make $350,000 a year. That's not that much. I should be able to find a decent man like that. Yeah, okay, honey.
Someone with good values, good morals, you know?
I don't know what that means. What do you think that means, honey?
Someone that ain't on some bullshit and got 7 baby mamas and, 2 wives and 2 side bitches already. Like, I don't want that.
But that's... Look at what she's saying. These are dudes that she's went for in the past. What she's actually doing is trauma dumping here about the men she's been involved with. Well, if you don't want that, then you shouldn't be getting with that. By the way, like attracts like. So if you're attracting low-tier white trash, you yourself might be low-tier white trash. Just saying.
Why can't I just find one solid-ass man that lives close to me? I would find some finance man on TikTok.
Yeah. Says the woman that probably lives in a trailer park.
Why the they gotta live so far? Yeah. Dating in your 30s with kids.
Oh, and she's a single mother. And yet she is talking about the deplorable state of available men in her circles. Men that have multiple kids from a woman that has multiple kids and baby daddies. Yeah. As I said, like attracts like.
This shit is not for the weak, for real. It's pretty fucking annoying. And I'm just about over it. You're about to catch me alone forever at this point, because where the fuck's my husband at? He ain't nowhere near me. I have a feeling if my soulmate is somewhere, they're probably on the other side of the fucking country.
Well, sweetheart, you probably shouldn't have been banging and clanging it in your teens and 20s. And you probably should have taken dating and relationships just a wee bit more seriously. As if it was the actual life and death decision-making struggle, really, that it actually is, instead of seeing it as some kind of fun party atmosphere without real consequences involved in your actions.
I'm convinced at this point.
Well, you heard her. But dating in what appears to be her 50s, divorced with 2 kids, isn't for the weak. Some of these women leave their husbands thinking there's going to be another one waiting around the corner. Some charming, successful man.
Yeah, I mean, I do find it amusing that women believe that when they had more value, which you could equate to having money, a lot of money, that they think they're going to be able to afford the same quality of man in their mid-30s and 40s than they could at 25. When you've got half the value, half the money.
Ready to pick up where their ex left off. But reality hits differently. Those kinds of men aren't lining up for single mothers in their 50s or 30s. In her case, it's especially hard because she has 2 kids. Most men aren't looking to take on another man's responsibilities, especially at that stage in life. Her priorities are completely different now. She's not just dating for herself, she's dating as a mother. Every decision she makes has to consider her children. The reality is, she wants something real, but the men she's meeting aren't that interested to step into that role.
Dating after divorce is the most complicated thing ever. There's talking stages, there's dating stages, there's situationships. What is...
Lady, you're thinking about it too much. And by the way, she's got a lot going against her with her looks, because she is a decently attractive broad, which is actually working against her because she's older, probably in her mid to late 30s, but she's still pretty good looking. So she erroneously believes that with her looks she can find as good or better a man than she did when she was younger. Unfortunately, honey, that's not the only metric that men use to decide whether or not you are marriage material.
Is all of this. First of all, I don't know how to not be a wife. I want to cook for you. I want to clean for you. I want to check in on you. I want to
BS.
call you all the time because you're my man, but not...
Who out there believes this woman actually wants to do all those things for you?
Not my man. And I also want to go batshit crazy. And I can't because you're my man.
So that was a moment of truth. She wants to go batshit crazy because she's actually crazy. Like most attractive women.
But like not my man. It's so hard.
I mean, all right, you said that we would talk.
Wow.
So let's talk. It's been almost a whole day and we haven't even talked to each other.
Did you see the look on her face? She looks like a little child. Like she was just naughty or something. And she looked like she's amused, right? By the entire situation. Yeah.
I mean, what do you want me to say? That I'm sorry I have a Tinder profile? Like...
Married woman has a Tinder profile that he found. Why is he even still there is my question. He looks like he's about 12 years old also. That might have something to do with it. The way he's dressed, the way he looks, the way he carries himself. He looks like a child, sounds like a child, acts like a child.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I mean, why do you have one?
I don't know. I don't know. We've been together for like almost 11 years. Like, I don't know.
What? He needs to divorce her now. Why is he still there? Oh, right, they have kids. Doesn't matter. Get out. Get out! You want your kids to grow up seeing you being a pathetic loser simp that tolerates your wife openly, looking for other men and cheating on you? That would make you one of the biggest, most pathetic losers on the planet, pal. Already a bigger pathetic loser than you already are. That you're still there, trying to negotiate with her, talk to her, asking her why you should be gone. You mega simp, you.
Oh, maybe I just wanted to try something new. I mean, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, 11 years. Why wouldn't you just say something? You make a Tinder instead of talking to your husband of 11 years?
Because, like, what if I made a Tinder and then I came to you and I was like, hey, I don't want to be together anymore, and then...
Well, now she's being honest. Hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. Which is what she's saying when she makes a Tinder profile. You imbecile, you.
You know, we split and we got the kids, and then I didn't like anything that I found on Tinder. You know, like, at least if I didn't say anything and you didn't...
She's literally telling you, pal, that she's looking for somebody better, but while she's looking, she wants you to stick around and pay the bills. So you are not her first choice, my friend. You were the backup dude. You were the plan B guy that most women have in reserve.
Find me, then at least I still had this to come back to.
To come back to?
Yeah.
You know how little respect she must have for him to be saying all of this out loud, all the quiet parts out loud to this dude. Oh my God. Can you imagine what a mega simp this dude must have been throughout the entire relationship for her to be okay talking to him like this?
That's it. We're done.
Could that woman be any more bothered to have this conversation with her husband? I don't think so. Which is pretty telling. Which, in addition, the other thing that's very telling is the fact that she justifies her actions. Complete justification, no accountability. Which is exactly why this, honestly, is a man's worst nightmare. To be married for 11 years and to find her Tinder profile on his own without her even admitting that she had any problems in the relationship. I sure hope that they don't have any children. But on top...
Well, she's not invested. And she doesn't want to be with him. And because he's a plan B dude and she couldn't find anybody better, but she thought she deserved better, she didn't want to be there anyway. So why invest the effort? Just sabotage it. Just look for my out. And when I find it, I'll leave. But until then, I'll stick around because I don't want to have to pay all my own bills and take care of the kids by myself. So you're nothing more than a utility to her. Great. And this is why so often women don't communicate with the man they're with, because that's not the man they want to be with.
With that, she completely denies that she's the wrong person here, that she is the one that is the problem. And that's probably what her story is going to be when people are asking her what happened in the marriage, what caused your divorce.
She doesn't care about him, doesn't care in general, so why invest? Why put the time or the effort in when she just wants to leave him anyway?
That is exactly what she's going to say, that it was a him problem, not a her problem. But guys are sick of this. It is such a double standard. It definitely wasn't him when you're the one that was doing this.
This is grounds for divorce. This man is confronting his wife because she made a Tinder profile.
Whoa. She's not even that attractive. So I would say they're about each other's equal, looks-wise. And yet, this woman who is not... She's probably fat, too. Thinks she could do better.
And honestly, he's wasting his time trying to talk to her about it.
Oh, yes, she's a
To
fatty.
her, the relationship is already over. Once a woman reaches that point, she's emotionally checked out and already planning her escape.
Yep.
She's not looking for solutions anymore. She's looking for her next option. And that's the sad truth a lot of men have to face. By the time you find out about the dating apps, the messages, or the secret accounts, it's not a mistake or just curiosity. It's premeditated.
The real problem here is him, though. Because if he'd have had more self-esteem and respect for himself, he would have never gotten with a woman like this in the first place, who obviously doesn't care for or appreciate or respect him. And that would have been obvious from the get. go, and yet he still got with her, tolerated the disrespect, and stuck around for 11 years. So he's as much to blame. You telling me she out of the clear blue? Yeah, come on, pal. The red flags were there. You just ignored them because you don't have enough self-esteem to say, I deserve better. Bye.
She's been fantasizing about a new life, new attention, and new validation. She's not interested in fixing the marriage. She's preparing for her next chapter. He's sitting there, still trying to reason with her, still trying to make sense of it. But what he doesn't realize is that he's talking to someone who's already gone. Emotionally, she's left the relationship weeks, maybe even months ago.
I'm divorcing my husband because he booed Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, and I still don't think he believes me, to be honest, but he might want to start, because I just filed my paperwork at the courthouse, and you can see right here, the date of separation is this year's Super Bowl. I'm not just doing this because of the action of booing. I am doing this because of everything that it represents in our relationship. I have loved Taylor Allison Swift since I was 12 years old. My husband even likes her too. Like, he'll put on her music when we're cooking together. He has a favorite song. It's Girl at Home. But we were at the Super Bowl. It was me, him, and 5 of his buddies. And when
What kind of guy likes Taylor Swift music?
they put Taylor up on the Jumbotron, all of his buddies started booing, and my husband joined in. And that just tells me everything I need to know about that man, because he didn't care that that would hurt my feelings. He just wanted to fit in with his boys. He didn't even care that that's not even how he actually feels. He just like wanted to look cool, I guess. And that's not a man. That's a boy. And when you see that, you can't really unsee it. So I'm divorcing him. Thankfully, I have a prenup. I'll be retaining all of my assets as well as the assets that I inherited. With peace and love, he probably will not be returning to the Super Bowl anytime soon. So that's one less booer for you, Taylor. I love you.
So this guy obviously has no money. He hasn't gotten the bag yet. And she obviously didn't care about him anyway if she would throw the marriage away for him booing at Taylor Swift. So, pal, you got out easy. I would say that, good you find out now. So you don't invest more.
I know our marriage is over. I don't want him back. We're knee deep in the middle of a divorce. He's waking up in someone else's bed while I'm here. And it hit me harder than I thought it would. And I don't know why. So forgive how I look this early in the morning, but it's already been a rough morning.
You mean how you look without makeup? Yeah. And you thought you could do better? Uh-huh.
You can tell I'm already crying. It's my wedding anniversary today. And because this date has been ingrained in me for so long, of course it was the first thing that I thought about when I woke up this morning. And then I realized...
Who divorces their husband because he doesn't like Taylor Swift? He booed Taylor Swift? I'm just speechless. I don't know what to say. That's insane.
Yeah, we're still...
He's a boy? Projection much, sweetheart?
Technically married, but this is far from being a celebratory anniversary. We're knee deep in the middle of a divorce. He's waking up in someone else's bed while I'm here. And it hit me hard.
That's what she's really upset with. He moved on to somebody better, younger, more attractive than you. You thought that would be you doing that. Yeah, that's really all this is, sweetheart. Envy and jealousy. And no wonder women make such good communist socialists.
Than I thought it would. And I don't know why.
Sobbing and crying because her husband found happiness without her. A lot of these ex-wives feel this way because deep down, they realize they couldn't give that man the peace or fulfillment he was looking for. They took his presence for granted, assuming he'd always be there, no matter how poorly they treated him. But when he finally walked away and built a better life, that's when reality hit them like a brick wall. And what makes it worse is that now she has to watch another woman enjoy the version of him she could have had. The calm, confident, healed man who learned from the chaos she created.
Yeah, I mean, if she hadn't undermined him so much and had been more supportive, as a wife is supposed to be, then she would have gotten the best of him and an appreciation for the relationship more. It's kind of reciprocal, sweetheart. You appreciate him, and show it, he's going to appreciate you and show it. But of course, women don't realize that because they're never to blame for anything.
That's when it dawns on her that the grass wasn't greener. She was the problem all along. But by then, it's too late. He's moved on, and she's left with nothing but her memories and the haunting thought of what could have been.
Would you ever date again? If you're a woman, maybe over 40, and you've been divorced, do you date still, or...
She's not unattractive. Considering she's a woman over 40, she might be over 50.
Want to be in...
I mean, she's not bad looking. She got nice eyes. But, you know, that's a red flag, because she's not bad looking now, and she must have been pretty good looking, say, 20 years ago. And yet, she still wasn't able to find herself a decent man and make it work. Make him stick around, or herself stick around. So, there's something wrong with this broad.
A relationship with a man. I have zero desire to be in a relationship. I'm 51. I've been divorced.
I was right.
For 15.
I know it, didn't I? I called it. Over 50. I called it, baby.
15 years. And that probably has something to do with it because I've been single for a long time. So I'm kind of set in my ways.
Yeah.
The compromising thing, I don't know that I can do it. All of it. I don't think I could do it again.
Yeah, sweetheart, that's the problem. You're going for the wrong guys, okay? Going for the wrong people. If you get the right person, you don't have to compromise, generally speaking. Compromise happens when you get with the wrong person. See, if you get with a person that has mismatched values and virtues, that you're both going to want different things. And then you have to compromise. Get with somebody who matches your own values, who values what you value. Guess what? You don't have to compromise, you dummy.
So, just interested to know who out there thinks different than me, or maybe you're the same, but I have 3 grown kids that are out of the house. I'm an empty nester now, and gonna sell my house and buy an RV and travel, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Travel, of course. And we know what that means. Lots and lots and lots of foreign... Of course it's travel. I need to fill the gaping void within me with seeing new places and sampling new salami.
And I like being alone.
I think it's...
by the way, I agree with her in that sense. I'm fully cooked. I'm older than her, and I got to tell you that I don't really want to be with somebody I don't have any desire to anyway. No.
Actually a good thing she admitted that, because at least she's being honest with herself. Like she mentioned, she's set in her ways, and no man wants to deal with a woman who's stubborn.
See, that's another problem that you ladies have. You get older, and you want men your age. And those men, if they're still single, or if they're divorced, which is often the case, they've kind of come to appreciate their peace. And they're set in their ways as well. So for you to fit into their life so well that they would consider giving up their peace and tranquility to get with you, it's not an easy task. So you ladies are not just pricing yourself out of the market by having the same ridiculous standards at 50 that you did at 25, but you're also forgetting that the men, they're set in their ways now, and you actually have to bring more to the table now than you did at 25 to make up for the fact that they're now set in their ways, and you're now set in yours. So you have to be an even better match for each other.
Argumentative and unwilling to grow. That's exactly why so many men end up going for younger women. Not just because of...
The younger women are more malleable, they're not as set in their ways, and they're willing to get on board with your program and work harder to match their values and virtues with yours. I.e., in a lot of ways, they haven't developed all of the things, all of the values that they will when they get older, i.e., set in their ways. So a younger woman's much more likely to get on board with your program and mold herself to fit into the mold that is your life, as compared to a woman like this, where she's demanding that you fit into hers. And fitting into yours would be very difficult unless both her mold and your mold match.
Looks, but because younger women tend to be more cooperative, open-minded, and easier to build with. Older women often don't realize that being set in your ways isn't a strength in relationships. It's a barrier.
Yep.
It means you're not willing to adapt.
Right, and I'm fine with that as a man. I look at the current state of affairs and how things are for men. I know it, I understand it, and I'm okay with it.
Compromise or meet someone halfway. And when you combine that with emotional baggage, past trauma, and a hardened attitude from years of disappointment, it's no wonder dating becomes so difficult.
And that's another issue, the baggage. I mean, as a man, you're going to have more if you're older, of course. But you're not going to have as much as her because you're more logical, you are more reasonable. So you're much more able to work through issues and put them to rest, while women will just accumulate emotional trauma more because they're naturally more emotional to begin with. So women, again, as he said, and he's correct, you're creating more barriers to finding someone the older you get. So don't wait until you're older. And if you are older and with somebody, don't leave them thinking that you're going to find somebody better. It's not gonna happen, generally speaking.
I just know we talk about how hard dating is after divorce. Like, people talk.
Wow. Yeah, you know she's British. Look at those jacked up teeth. Got a nice rack, though, but beyond that, yikes. Can you imagine her going down on you? Oh, boy. Talk about leaving some marks. Good Lord. Once I saw those teeth, I'd be scared, man. I'd be real scared.
Talk about, oh, it's so hard to find the love of your life. It's so hard to find someone to marry. No, dating in your 20s is easy. Finding someone to marry is easy.
If you do it in your 20s, maybe, depending on how cooperative you are, feminine you are, what kind of wife material you are, and yeah, attractiveness plays a part, obviously.
Dating after divorce is hard. Now, most people who've been divorced have a lot of issues with trust. They might have been with someone toxic, they might have been with a narcissist, they might have been gaslit.
Narcissist, yeah. The woman's never the narcissist, of course.
All these things that just make dating after divorce so much harder. Not to mention the fact that the dating pool goes from something like this to something like this.
Well, you know, maybe if you'd have married the right person. Oh, but of course, you know, you were looking for the wrong things to begin with. And maybe they were the right person, but you didn't appreciate them because you had the wrong expectations. You wanted the wrong things. So maybe they weren't the right person. So maybe your values are the problem. No. It's not me. It's the dating pool. It's men. Not me or my values or my lack of virtue.
And it's just so hard to find genuine people. And I feel like loads of people that message me on here
But of course, you're genuine.
Seem so genuine, but you just don't know. And when you've been divorced and you have trust issues, it's so hard to know who to trust.
Oh, that's your problem. That's your problem, honey. It's not mine. Maybe you shouldn't have got divorced.
Like, especially online, because how can you tell if someone's genuine? If you meet someone in real life, it's a lot easier.
What do you mean, how can you tell if someone's genuine? You got problems, honey. You should be able to tell if someone's genuine or not, especially at your age.
But when you're meeting someone online, when you're chatting, people could just say what they think that they want you to hear. Please tell me that I'm not alone in thinking that dating after divorce is probably one of the hardest things.
So recently I caught up with an old friend and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her.
Just a mom and a wife. Jesus. Just a mom and a wife. Yeah. See how it's all about mindset, your state of mind? That's all happiness is. She didn't appreciate what she has, so she's bored. I'm bored. Now you can be bored alone, honey, because you're the problem.
And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends or like they had just got married and
Yeah, broads that are miserable in one company.
They were always going out, always going on vacation, always.
Yeah, it's called the honeymoon period.
Partying, like going to.
That's for young people, for children. You're supposed to grow up, honey.
To the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things, like.
Yeah, all that stuff costs money. Materialism costs money. You want to have a bit. This is the thing. First, she wants all this stuff. And then she complains that he has to work hard to maintain all this stuff. It's called reality. This is what I always say about modern women. They don't live in the real world, okay? Their lives have been too easy, so they don't understand how reality works. And when they find out how reality works, well, they rebel against it. But you can't. It's reality. And guess what? Reality will always win. Your idealism and solipsism will always lose.
He was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just.
Yeah, wherever you go, there you are, you dummy. If you're unhappy, it's not because of another person, because people, places, and things don't bring happiness. It's for you to find, for you to discover. It's your state of mind. Happiness is a state of being. It isn't brought about or influenced by others. It's your responsibility. So if you divorce your husband thinking that they're going to be happy because he was just a real downer, that's what was bringing you down. No. You're going to be just as miserable alone. Only now you don't have a husband to pay the bills, you idiot.
They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it. She said no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids.
What a moron. I love the entitlement. Hey, rando dude, want to come in and pay for kids that aren't yours? Sure, where do I sign up for that?
She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time.
You had that, but you were bored. Now you want it again? But you'll be bored.
So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously.
Of course. A dude who can afford to have his wife stay at home is not going to be single for long, you idiot.
They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years.
I guarantee you she's younger and of childbearing age and can give him more kitties that you probably can't or won't. And she won't complain and bitch and moan that she has to stay home while he goes out and works and earns a living. You dope.
Has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work. She does that.
This is what I...
You had that, and you threw it away. Idiot.
I mean, you can give a woman everything, and she'll still find a reason to return to the streets.
And because she's never had nothing. So she can't have something to counterbalance the something with. The women have it too good these days. They've never had to deal with lack. They've never had to exist in a space where they didn't have everything provided for them and they were not privileged. So that they don't have anything to compare what they have now, so they can't appreciate it. It's very difficult to appreciate what you have never had to exist without. So that's the problem. That's the problem. They've never had to go without. So they don't appreciate what they have until they actually do have to go without. But by then, they've thrown it all away, and it's too late.
In this woman's case, she had everything. A big house, a comfortable lifestyle, and a husband who provided for her. And keep in mind, this is a woman who didn't even work. She didn't have to worry about bills, stress, or responsibility. Her only job was to be a wife and take care of her home. Yet somehow, even that wasn't enough.
Boring.
She had stability, security, and peace.
And now she's bored, alone.
3 things many people pray for. But she traded all of that for the illusion of excitement, thinking the single life would make her happier. Now she's out there struggling to find her
Nothing makes happiness. Happiness isn't made.
footing, realizing that the dating world isn't
I wish people would come to understand this the way I have.
welcoming, especially for a woman her age with no job and no plan, and 2 kids at that.
Well, now she gets to see what it's like to be a man. Apparently she doesn't like it.
That's what happens when comfort turns into entitlement. When a woman forgets how rare it is to have a man who provides and protects. She starts to see it as normal instead of valuable.
Yeah, you know, when you never had to go without, it's difficult to appreciate what you have never had to go without. Hard to value something that you've never been without. But anyway, there you go. Modern day woman regretting breaking up their marriages, leaving their man, thinking that they could find happiness geographically. Well, if I'm somewhere else, I'll be happier. If I move, if I relocate, if I travel some, if I get new D in me, then I'll be happy. No. This changes nothing. Happiness is not in geography or people or possessions. The moment you start to understand that is the moment you learn to free yourself from attachment, which most people will never do. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my commentary. Thank you, Cosmic Verse, for going out and compiling all of these crazy, wacky broads into one video. I much appreciate it. And if you like my commentary, if you like my views, please consider supporting me. I've got a Patreon. You can super chat, or you can go to my GoFundMe. Help me with my continued recovery from illness. And on that note, and also, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and hit that notification bell. I've heard it's good for being notified. I got people telling me they haven't gotten notifications for years. But anyway, on that note, I'm out of here. I am the Realist Philosopher, also known as the MGTOW Philosopher. And I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care.